So today we are back with a beautiful, beautiful day for all Red Purple Law players. Obviously, if you watched the tournament yesterday that I commentated in, we had quite an extensive 9-round match. Could have possibly been 10, but the other player lost in that second table. But regardless of the fact, today we're going to get over the deck profile breakdown of Nicholas Powell's Red Purple Law list. He explains it very, very well in regards to what it is that you should be running. He feels in his regards, what's good for the mirror match, what's good for kind of worst case scenarios with certain decks that you kind of don't want to run against as a Red Purple Law player. So with that, I had issues of video on my end because my laptop had worked a long day yesterday. But I mean, I pull up his deck profile. He's gonna have the audio, so you can kind of just play it in your ear and do something as you're listening in, or take notes, or look at your deck, kind of thing. But yeah, without further ado, we have Carta Magica's online regional, Nicholas Powell's win, and his deck profile for Red Purple Law. So let's get into it. By all means, tell us your deck profile, tell us your thought process into it, and by all means, just go off, man.
Yep. So it's pretty standard stuff. But yeah, I'll just walk y'all through it. First of all, we're playing 4 Raise Max, or 3 Raise Max and 4 Gordon. I think either 7 or 8. I personally don't think there's enough room for 8. And yeah, 7 seems to be a sweet number. I'm seeing it enough, even though I don't draw it some games. But yeah, I like it. For 2K counters, we're going to start off with 3 Otama. Basically just your 1 cost reducer. It's like a Gordon, but a little worse. But I'm only running 3 because I tried to fit in 2 Sanji.
Okay.
This is probably, I think this is needed in the deck. I don't see a lot of people running it, but this is how you beat Starvanel. If anyone ever played it in OPO5 or plays it now, the matchup can get kind of rough if they line up 2 Gadatsus and a Yamato, but this forces them to start swinging at you, and you can win out pretty easily from there. After that, I'm playing 3 Shiraya. I think in everyone's head, this card is should be a 4 of, and it's the best card in the world. You're clearing their whole board, only their leader swinging, then you get to match their leader swing, then only drop 1 card with a 1k counter. But it just dies too much in a black meta, especially Sakazuki. 3 costs are so easy to hit because the leader naturally reduces it to 2. So I think 3 is good. Yeah, maybe even 2 is okay, but it's pretty good into Black Yellow Luffy. Yeah, next up we have the Rushers. I'm playing 2 Zoro. I think most people are on 2-ish Zoros. I think there's some people playing a weird amount of 4 Zoro, 4 Kid Killer, and I don't know, maybe another Rusher somewhere. But you really only need this card to go for a game against Sakazuki.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever you can't play the long game, you gotta just blood board fast. It's pretty good for the 2 Zoros. So yeah, I'm just playing 2. I can't wait for '07 though, just to take it out, because there's so many better cards to play, and this card doesn't ramp you, doesn't draw you cards.
It's just a rusher.
Yeah, even if you watch my game on stream today, I'm playing the mirror match. I'm playing it on 3 Dawn. I don't want to swing with it because I want to take cards off life.
Exactly.
So, it's what is it even doing there? It's I'm not even using the rush effect. It's just a 3/5 vanilla. The mirror match is all about resources, and they're gonna swing at your board the next turn, so you want cards off life anyways.
Exactly.
So, yep. And then you bottom decks it anyway, so it did nothing basically.
Right.
But yeah, Kick Killer. This card's insane. This changes everything in this deck. This card should not be allowed in this deck.
Absolutely.
It's too free.
Literally no down investment, swing for 7. Absolutely.
And everybody tries to play around it by staying at 3 life, and they're kind of starving themselves by trying to do that.
Exactly.
And then if they don't have a hand, how can they efficiently deal with your board? It's it's a, I don't know. Next, I'm only playing 2 Toy Law. I see a lot of people playing 4 when I was looking around on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really only for the Moria matchup, which I understand, but this card is so bad half the time because it's only good to play it raw and not off leader ability. In rare situations, you can play it off leader ability and get value off of it, but then it's just a vanilla card, so there's not a lot of value in my opinion. But it's only used in half the situations.
That's fair.
For example, Kick Killer, I could use it before leader ability, after leader ability, and it's gonna be good no matter what. But cards like this, only good one way. So yeah, I think 2 is fine. I didn't see it at all today, actually. I think I saw it like one game as like a counter. I never played it once. So, I mean, I just want 07 to come, and this probably gets taken out as well.
Yeah.
So.
Running that at 2 is definitely different. I will say that. Okay. I every list I've seen, yeah, I agree. It's at 4. And it's...
Yeah, and like, Moria is still winnable, like once you like learn the matchup, like rhythm a little bit more.
Right.
It's just like figuring out like what kind of counter they have in their hand, and just like swinging 6, poking 6. So, like, I won today against Moria last round. I didn't even need this. Like, sure, it would have been really good, but like, I think seeing ramper cards are like more important. Next, we have this stupid card, everyone's favorite, or Reiju, alt arts, pretty, it draws cards. Yeah, I actually drew this a lot today, so yeah, I mean, of course I like did well. I just seeing this. Next, we have like the rampers. This is pretty basic, I think, with most of the red purple communities, like 4 iron. That bow doesn't do anything in the mirror match half the time, because like you're going to be like higher down than them. So having this consistently puts you on turn 2, going second, getting you to 7 down to turn 3 is so good. You can. I'm not playing ace anymore, but like if you're playing ace, turn 3 ace is so good in this deck. So.
Fair. I love that you're not playing ace, because I'm not gonna lie, I hate that card in this deck. I hate that.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in it, but like it's like too slow right now. But I think in 07, it definitely has a place in this deck for sure. 4 ramper, consistent. Only thing I don't like, no counter, but you just gotta get out of your hand early, and then it's a good body.
Fair.
Next, we have like Bonclay. This card is like stupid as hell too.
Absolutely.
Excuse my language. The fact that it just swings whatever number at once, like you get around like the vertical challenge that this deck has against certain matchups, like Enel.
Right.
Like, I played 2 of these against Enel today. Like, what do you like? You play Cat, and it's just like, okay, cool. I have two free 8K swings. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like it lets you get to 5 Dawn on turn 2, going second, and then you get to go to 7 Dawn next turn. And if you have 7 Dawn in this deck, you're flooding board. Yeah, but honestly, this card is really dog in the mirror. It doesn't do. I think it's like the fact that they don't have to reduce anything on your board just to bottom deck it is like too much value for the opponent. So right. I think the card is a counter in the mirror most of the time.
That's fair. At that point, I would imagine you play Ein over that in the mirror.
Oh yeah, 100%. This is mostly counter in the mirror.
Okay.
You got to force them to have a reducer. Next, Penguin, OP card. Lets you play around the 5 Dawn mark pretty much the whole game. 7, maybe 7. Super good. This is probably like the MVP over the Toy Law in the Moria matchup. So yeah, just having consistent Dawn is like super important. 2K2, it's too versatile in this deck. Next, I'm playing 2 Blocker Law. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of this card because it messes with your Dawn management a lot, but it's needed for the Enel matchup and Uta kind of. So just being able to like force them to play around your hand size. Next, we're gonna go with, pretty standard stuff. We have 4 Kid. I don't think there's much explaining there. You gotta play 4.
Right.
I'm playing 3 Queen. This card just helps refill and like get rid of like your dead cards. Like sometimes Ein is like not useful. Pitching out Ein is good.
Right.
Stuff like that. So yeah, just having another 6K blocker. That's a 5 cost. Pretty good against like Moria and stuff. Because they have to burn an Ice Age to get rid of 5 costs. Good card. If you're not careful with your Dawn management, using its ability and like leader ability, so Dawn -4 in 1 turn, can like put you really far behind Dawn-wise. Lastly, this was the MVP of today. I copied this off some Japan player. Yeah, 2 Miss All Sunday. This card is amazing. I think this, like, if you see it, it wins you the mirror match. It's just so good. It's a body. It replaces itself with a draw. It ramps you a card. And it has a trigger, which lets you Dawn minus and get lower Dawn than your opponent. In the mirror match, for example, like you can sack with it. Like, it's so good. This card's amazing. Yeah, because if you Dawn -2, or Dawn -1 because you ramp 1, they can't, like, you can, like, mess up their Reiju sequencing. So because like Reiju, you need less Dawn than your opponent to get 2 draws. So yeah, this is awesome. It didn't come up ever, but in practice it does come up sometimes.
Okay.
But yeah, also this card against Sakazuki, like specifically Stage Saka, is so good. 5 Dawn, for example, I'll definitely play this over Kid Killer or Kid Blocker, just to get a draw. I'm probably bottom decking a brand new anyways, so I don't need a reducer. I'm still keeping the same amount of Dawn as like Kid would, but I'm finding more pieces, which will help me later. And then more 5 costs is like, for Stage Saka specifically, it's so hard to hit the 5 cost number, like in that deck, with no like great eruption and stuff. You just watch them burn resources really fast as you draw, like you flood board. So, yeah, always good.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you, Nicholas, for going over everything in your deck list. Is there anything else that you want to say, give shout outs to, by all means? It's your time.
Yeah. Shout out to Min, Ricky, everyone from Houston, and shout out to Faye. Appreciate y'all.
Of course, and I appreciate you for taking the time out of your day after this very long tournament of a day and going on your Decklist with me. Definitely would love to see you out there more and more for sure.
I appreciate it.